Welcome to The Relevance of Now with William Linville. My name is Michael Connell. Today, William is going to address what is your purpose? Hey, William.
Hey, Mr. Michael. How are you, my good friend?
I'm doing fantastic, thanks. When it comes to purpose, the topic title is What is your purpose for a specific reason? You wanted it to be your purpose as opposed to our purpose. When it comes to what is your purpose, what presents for you to share?
Well, when I look at your purpose, it's interesting, where everyone's perceived they got to be like the Buddha, or everyone's perceived they got to be like Paramahansa Yogananda. So many are perceived that they have to be, quote, spiritual, on and on and on, or like Jesus per se, or Sananda. Let's toss all of that to the side right now. They are all wonderful, wonderful ascended hosts within themselves. Ascended host, it means dear ones that have come into the body to wake up to who they were and who they are within the body. They woke up to the universe. The best metaphysician was Sananda. And then it went from Sananda to Germain to Einstein, on and on and on. Now, we go here for a moment. It's not about religion. It's more about they all woke up in a body on a planet. And I say wake up from the times, the days, the stuff that was going on the planet, just like you are right now. Everything going on the planet right now says everyone to step into their own divinity. Whether it be wars, whether it be cataclysmic events, whether it be protests, blah, 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 blah. It's one of those things that you're waking up to the light. You're waking up to your heart. You're opening up your heart. You're waking up to the whole universe. And now being able to come into your purpose, your natural birthright, which is to embody that light beingness, embody that creator consciousness, embody you beyond all the causal, mental, subtle bodies, emotional bodies, pain bodies, mental bodies. And right now, we're bringing it all the way back to you as the presence in which you are you, as the gift in which you are you, as the benevolence, the purification, and divination, once again, in which you are. We're able to more and more and more open up, integrate, amplify within yourself and through yourself for your highest and best good and for the highest and best good of all concerned. See, the more that we're becoming one in our own wholeness, higher, lower, to where eventually the higher merges into the lower being out of the body speeds up into the higher vibratory levels and frequencies and megahertz light. We go through the ascending of vibrational frequencies. We go through the ascension of you speeding up, opening up. But now this is well beyond any lessons to learn, anything we have to, quote, i.e., experience and endure. Right here, right now, you're stepping into all of you to where now we're saying thank you, but no thank you to all the lower level projections, lower level perceptions within yourself and through yourself. Because when we get back to your purpose, the purpose is to embody the light in which you are, to embody the higher levels, which are you vibrating at different acceleration and vibrational frequencies of consciousness, to welcome it in, welcome it through, to fully incarnate within you, to take command of your soul, your life, your work, your wealth, your mind, your body, your world. And also, higher levels take command of the thought forms. And right now, as you say, higher levels take command of the perceptions, take command of the thought forms, because underneath it all, through the subpsyche, all these perceptual judgments, all these perceptual identities, all these perceptions of right and wrong, good and bad, all the stuff that you were taught is all locked down within the subpsyche, all the way to this perception of being worthy, not worthy, good enough, not good enough, rather than being a little poodle chasing its tail. Right now, let's just take a deep breath. Within ourselves, let's command those blockages and those misperceptions that come into clarity, to where you can really, really see the clarity as you're rising above all the top behavioral mannerisms. Seeing the clarity opening up within and through the clarity that now will allow your body and all meridians, all the energetic system, all the central nervous system, parasympathetic nervous system, sympathetic nervous system, and autonomic nervous system. You're stepping back and really experiencing and feeling right now. Let's say, all right, take command of my soul, my life, my work, my will. Take command of my thoughts, my perceptions, bring all of my misperceptions or judgments into clarity. Because as a rule, and as a whole rule, universally speaking, you would never, ever judge. That's not in your system. That's not in your blood. That's not in your presence until you were taught that things should be this way, that way, that way, that way, basically being anything other than how it is. And that comes from childhood. It comes from the womb. It comes from being wanted, not wanted, and blah, blah, blah. But right now, we're bringing it all up to a head into exposure right here, right now, with clarity, ease, and grace, and purification, openness, vitality. That's moving through, opening through with more and more ease and grace, with more and more of you now as creator that would never judge its own creation. It will chuckle at its own creation at times. But now we're opening up from the chuckling, saying, I cannot believe that I bought into that hook, line, and sinker. Okay, be gone, be gone, be gone. And I command the cause for the record and the effect of it and the energy behind it to be gone, be gone, be gone. And now let's just watch for ourselves within our body principle, within your clarity, even within the mind's clarity, because got to remember the mind's the innocent part of the ego exists outside of you. So now let's have a good laugh. I cannot believe that I took on this umbrella of consciousness through the eyes of another, through the eyes of how to survive, how to get by, definitely not to live, but survive and get by. And chop would carry water. And let's just have a good chuckle. I cannot believe that I listened to my father's father's father, my mother's mother's mother, or society, or the teacher in academia, whatever, whatever. And it goes from you're the greatest thing since sliced bread to you're not smart, you're not worthy, you're not good enough, and you're going to be on the list of one that was most likely to become a serial killer in high school. So it's where you're taking all of that. You're saying, yeah, all right, whatever, whatever. Because you got to remember, those are all personas and projections coming back to yourself from the exponential world until now we get to a point where we say, you know what? I welcome back all my energy, all my power, all my clarity, cleared and purified with ease and grace. I welcome back all my soul fragmentations, clear, purified, divinitized, and clarified from all of my incarnational states from first separation to now. And now we go through such a beautiful, beautiful unlearning, relearning, unraveling, but yet expanding at the same time. So, as a whole, in a nutshell, that is your purpose in a body on a planet. We're no longer ran by missions, we're no longer ran by the karmic lattice work. It says we have to come in, we have to do this, we have to save the lost, blah, 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 blah. Because right now, we're not taking on that blanket of tar. We're not taking on that wet quilt holding you down. We're letting more and more of the light beings of you in this new paradigm, no longer based in a karmic paradigm, no longer based in punishment for your deeds and doing your time and blah, blah, blah. Now we're opening up, we're rising, we're amplifying into more and more fluidity, fruition, clarity with your unique perceptual omnipotence, but also the clarity of the whole universe within this flame of gold, which is your flame. It's really you coming into you. We can supersede the divine masculine, supersede the divine feminine, not to deny the body, just not to be polarized by society. How was that, Michael?
I don't even have words for all that. And we share when it comes to our purpose in our day-to-day life, how in the past you've shared that we're all created uniquely. We're a unique facet of creator and everything about us is unique. And how that uniqueness relates to our purpose or expression throughout our day-to-day life.
It all comes back full circle through your tones, your vibrational frequencies, Like Michael is Michael. Michael's doing an awesome job of being Michael. So I'm not going to mimic Michael. Michael's not going to mimic me. He's doing an awesome job as a facet of light with all of his rungs of honor, all of his frequencies and his tones, all of his omnipotence, radiance, and amplifiedness. When I tune into Michael, I see all sorts of different colors. I see all sorts of different rungs of honor. I see all different levels of consciousness. I also see areas that are opening up and amplifying more and more. I see a lot of things that are opening up, clearing up, purifying, and divinitizing within himself. Also, I see his mental level, his body principle trying to catch up with himself. I see eons and eons of light bulbs that are just right there waiting to come on of clarity, taking all misperception, bringing it into clarity for his highest and best good and for the highest and best good of all concerned. And I say the highest best good of all concerned because the more Michael arises and ascends in vibrational frequencies and megahertz of light, the more love, the more light, the more clarity, the more understanding. Rather than being afraid of being misunderstood, he's looking at more how best can he be understood by the whole of humanity. Everyone is very unique. Part of the uniqueness, we're all facets of the same source, but it's been your experiences, what you've been through, where you've been, where you're at on your own journey, all of your perceptional belief systems, blah, 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 based in your specific incarnational realms, your specific past life realms, and all the stuff that you've gained, that you've learned, you've woken up to, and all the stuff that you've taken in and taken on, perceivably to be a part of yourself. That now you're opening up with, amplifying with, emanating, permeating, and accelerating with within yourself and through yourself. As you, as a unique and divine iridescent, all the way with your beautiful rungs of honor and the beautiful pitches and frequencies and tones in which you omit from within yourself and as yourself into the exponential world, into the whole universe as a whole.
And with our uniqueness, maybe it's not our purpose, but do we come in with that uniquely I would, as an example, feel much more joy if I was singing or if I was consulting with others or if I was any other quote unquote profession? Is that uniqueness separate from our purpose as far as how we feel joy and express ourselves in our day-to-day life?
Most definitely. This is where it comes more so to what calls to you. If you are overjoyed and love to sing, I would encourage you to be overjoyed and start singing. Others, they feel a sense of home when they're in the middle of an engine of a car vehicle as a perceivable mechanic. They feel at home, they feel joyful, they feel iridescent. Others, working with plumbing and ensuring that all the pipes are connected, working, and flowing to where that brings them omnipotent joy. Others love to build, they love to create, like architects, construction workers, on and on. And when they get to take something out of nothing and create this beautiful, fabulous structure, many are right there in their sweet spot.
This is fascinating, from separating what we love from our purpose.
Exactly.
And you've shared often that, what you do isn't who you are. And so what I'm hearing you say is our purpose is to be the facet of creator that we are, the light beingness that we are, expanding into that as we release the density. And then we have the experience just to feel our uniqueness and what we truly love as an expression in our day-to-day life.
Yeah, it's one of those things, Michael, where we supersede perceivable passion. Passion, there's a presence of it right in your heart. But to find your passion is to find what you love. What you love when you're emanating it. I mean, I've watched dear ones playing the roles of mothers that they love with no end. And how blessed we are that they love that with no end because they're raising little ones, little indigos, rainbows, crystalline offsprings, and so forth with advanced DNA to give them the tools, to give them and teach them, or remind them basically for who they are, assisting them how to function in a body on the planet, but also with a beautiful, loving, warm embrace. Some are the same with fathers, some are the same with grandfathers, grandmothers. I mean, even if we skip all the roles, it all comes back to your uniqueness of emanation, of the expression of that love in which you're allowing yourself to emanate, to engage with, and to have a blast with. Or when you come home, you feel more re-energized than you felt in the morning when you first went to do all these things. All the way to being a chef, all the cooking shows. It's not about learning how to do something you don't know how to do. It's all about expanding into new arisements, new opportunities. Now, let's all just take a breath, bring in our consciousness right here, right now, right into, within, and through the heart. Let's all strip ourselves down for a moment. All the way from being male, being female, all the way from being right, wrong, all the way from being and expressing through all the different job scenarios that you may emanate through, which all of that stuff's what you do. It's not who you are. So right now, let's go right to the heart, a centralized vortex of the body. Let's just take a nice slow deep breath in through your nose, all the way down to below the navel. Let's hold just as long as you can, gently speaking. Let's just hold, exhale as slow as we can through the mouth. Let's do it about 3 more times where you're really connecting with you, your heart. But right now, I ask you to do yourself a favor to not put any definitions on the heart. It doesn't mean love. It doesn't mean all these colorful, perceivable characteristics. Right here, right now, going right into your heart of heart, the light of light. Literally, the more you go to your heart, the more you're connecting with all that is, the more it starts arising from the inside of your physical being, the inside of your consciousness, which goes beyond the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, the emotional calibrational lattice work through the soul level, and beyond the soul level to you. Because you're not the soul. The soul is more of the part that's been the record keeper from every incarnation from first separation that you've experienced. In the evolutionary cycle of you literally rising in vibrational frequencies and megahertz of light. So right now, let's just welcome that light beingness forward, connecting with it, opening up all the doors within the heart level of consciousness to transcend, to transmute any and everything that's been going on for you, within you, through your body principle, all the way through the whole universe and through your life stream. Let's just take a breath. Once again, just letting go of the thoughts, letting go of the beliefs, letting go of all the personas, letting go of all the perceptions and projections right now. Let's just take another breath. Allowing yourself to emanate, to permeate right here, right now, within and through the heart. It's kind of cool, right? So right now, let's welcome in the rest of yourself. I'll call it your higher levels due to the higher parts of yourself that are vibrating at a higher frequency, higher vibratory level in frequency and megahertz of light. Let's just welcome it in through the heart, and then letting it grow and grow to where it overflows, all the way down through the solar plexus, the me, sex, power, greed, on and on and on. Just taking a breath, letting all that love, or let's say all that light, overflow from the heart down through the solar plexus, all the way up through the throat, letting it emanate, divinitize, radiate, expand, all the way down through your crater chakra level vortex, all the way up through the third eye. Through the third eye, the master cell of consciousness, all the way through the frontal lobe of the brain, the midbrain, back of the brain, all the way through the right and left sides of the brain, all the way down through your pelvic girdle, root chakra level vortex, all the way up through your crown chakra level vortex. And once again, let's just ask that it fill up, open up, and starting to ascend in vibrational frequencies and megahertz of light. Let's command that it continue to speed up, open up to where right now, right this millisecond in the relevance of the now, where you can feel all the vibratory levels speeding up, where the atoms, subatoms, even the molecular structures are speeding up in vibrational frequencies and megahertz of light. And now, going ahead, when it comes to the personality level, when it comes to all these lower levels that were created from all your incarnational realms, all the way taken through everything you've ever experienced, everything you've been taught, and everything that you've instilled and embodied from your incarnational states all the way to now, from first separation all the way to now. Now, let's just take another breath. And let's just bring forth the violet flame of purification, divination, sacredness to run through all the personality levels, all the personas, projections, all of the solar plexus, crater chakra vortex, root chakra level vortex, your upper legs, lower legs, your feet, all the way once again through the heart, all the way through the sternum, all the way through the energy engine within the sternum, all the way through the T cells and C cell counts, all the way up through the throat chakra level vortex, all the way through the third eye, all the way through the frontal lobe of the brain, midbrain, back of the brain once again, the right and left sides of the brain once again, all the way through the personality levels that says, I like this, I like that, this is true, that's true, I'm a this, I'm a that. Let's just right here, right now, just letting all of that be purified and divinitized. But right now, we're not being pulled on. We're not taking in any barriers. We're not taking in any structures. We're not taking in any survival mechanisms from the solar plexus down. We're not even taking in the perception of gender. Right here, right now, as we go right up through the third eye, all the way through the front, middle, and back of the third eye, for the pineal pituitary glands for that purpose, all the way up through the crown chakra vortex. And right here, right now, let's just let ourselves be and become. As we're welcoming in more of yourself to be and become the beautiful, finite, innate presence of yourself as yourself through yourself. Not as a little self, not as a me, but truly the facet of creator that you are, truly from the beautiful, benevolent radiance, omnipotence, and amplifiedness of light, of your beingness, of energy, of consciousness. Let's just right here, right now, let the body accelerate faster and faster, because now it can accelerate faster because removing all the blankets, removing all the holds, we're removing all the barriers that have been within you, through you, towards you, and at you, that have been taken in, taken on, and has been curved and formed as perceptional egoic structure based upon every experience you've ever experienced and based upon where you fit, where you don't fit within the exponential world, where it has been taking command and having you go through this experience, this yearning, that yearning to be loved, accepted, worthy, and good enough, and so forth and so forth. So right now, let's just let all of that resolve, dissolve through the purple violet flame of purification, divination, and welcoming in and welcoming forth your sacredness. Now, let's go beyond the purple violet flame all the way into a pure, clear, pristine flame of light, flame of gold, coming up in through your heart, all the way down through the solar plexus, all the way down through your critical chakra vortex, through the cervical vertebrae, the atlas and the axis vertebrae, the thoracic vertebrae, lumbar vertebrae, all the way within and through your sacrum and your coccyx, in your root chakra level vortex. Let's just let it come up all the way through your upper legs, lower legs, through your feet, all the way through the torso, all the way through the diaphragm, all the way through the intestines, the colon, small and large intestines, all the way through the spleen, the kidneys, the pancreas, the liver, the gallbladder, all the way up into and through the pericardium, which envelopes the heart. Just take a nice slow deep breath. Letting all the tension, all the buildup, all the personas and ego pretentiousness of trying to protect the heart, run through, survive, on and on and on. So right now, let's just let all of that become purified and divinitized through this clear gold flame of purity, divination, as the facet of creator that you are, that you're welcoming back all your energy, all your power, all your soul fragmentations back into, within, and through yourself, cleared and purified. Even as you're welcoming back all the soul fragmentations of soul level consciousness, let's just bring our consciousness up through the heart, all the way through the sternum, through the throat, through the upper arms, lower arms, and the chakra level vortexes and the palms of the hands, all the way through the atlas and axis vertebrae, all the way once again through the midbrain, frontal lobe of the brain, the back of the brain, through the back of the third eye, the frontal lobe of the third eye, and right here, right now, through the master cell of consciousness, all the way through youth and vitality chromosomes of consciousness, welcoming forth new telomere and a new energy and a new paradigm, all the way through the right left side of the brain, starting to feel all the pricklies, all the energy running through the rest of the physical structure, all the way up through the crown chakra vortex once again. And now, once again, commanding that this beautiful flame of gold light, the beautiful presence that you are, the beautiful light beings that you are, the beautiful clarity, benevolence, radiance, and omnipotence that you are, coming up through the heart level once again, all the way to the point where we become the open door of unconditional love, or the open door of neutrality, your call, same thing, or the open door of business, your call, same thing. Where we become right here, right now, totally and completely accepting, honoring, embracing of yourself. And now we're going to look outside and around us, where the light that you are, the love that you are, the facet of creator that you are, can look through all the egoic structures all around you to see the beautiful light emanating and amplifying within the hearts of anyone and everyone around you, holding this beautiful state of you, or shall I say this beautiful state of consciousness, where we're able to look through those perceivable inhibitions, those with agendas, on and on, cutting right through their heart level, where we're not being ran, we're not being controlled, we're not being dominated, manipulated, overtaken by the energy of another, because their energy really has no power. Where right now, you can start to feel that sense of home, that sense of communion, that sense of camaraderie, that sense of fluidity, fruition, and openness, where you can once again look right through all the ego hoopla, all the personality hoopla, all of the perceivable good, bad, and different hoopla, and looking right into that beautiful, beautiful iridescence, that beautiful light, that beautiful flame running through the dear ones around you. Because as you're in your presence, you're emanating outwardly. We're not playing the ego dance, push my buttons, I push your buttons. Right now, we're playing more so without having buttons. They're not repressed, they're not suppressed. They're really just unhooking, dissolving, and leaving your mind, body, and aura. So we're right here, right now. We're also free of all the perceivable, pretentious pain bodies of consciousness. We're free of all of the clairaudient, clairvoyant, clairsentient, where we're coming here now to emanate it all, but we're not absorbing the issues and the constructs of others. And where so beautifully we're able to look right through them, right through their heart, Now, many get misperceived here because, oh, I see blackness in their heart. I see blah, blah, blah. Well, you and I, all of us, take a breath for a moment. Once again, integrating, decompressing to where we release all of our projected perceivable judgments about their heart based upon their action, words, and deeds. Now, really seeing the pure essence, the little infant of that little dear one right in front of you. We can see the purity, definition, radiance, where we can see Creator right there standing in front of us, pretending to be, maybe it's pretending to be a big ego with legs. Maybe it's pretending to be someone, something that is projecting, and trying to play off your energy, trying to play off and test to see if you have the emotional calibration lattice work. We're right here, right now. We can step up, arise up, open up, amplify up to really, really see the beauty, to really, really see the brilliance of all that is here, to where you become totally, thoroughly immune based upon dear one's wantings, based upon dear one's personas and projections. Just where right here, right now, cleared and purified, we're able to see it, acknowledge it, amplify through it with more and more and more ease, more and more grace. Tor, isn't it awesome right now to be raising and ascending in vibrational frequencies in megahertz aligned that we're opening with, that we're amplifying with and through, to no longer be held down, no longer be in any funky sort of construct of consciousness, but where right here, right now, we're able to see it, be with it, supersede it, overcome it, more and more and more for your highest and best good, and also for the highest and best good of those around us.
Wow. I'm taking it all this in. This is amazing, William. Thank you. Thank you so much for this clarity, assistance, and this real distinction that assists us in feeling and being the joyful presence that we are. And thank you all for joining us. This has been The Relevance of Now with William Linville. Please click subscribe. Join us next time. Namaste.
Namaste.